What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Multiple Minutes with your host Kwame Fisher Jones and Smoke Freezy. So we just
Yo,
did episode one, and episode one we left off where you had reached a diagnosis, and oh wow, that was very crackheadish. the lie.
try to stay professional, my guy.
Whatever. Got on a Yo MTV rap shirt and basketball shorts on. I'm screaming professional. So we talked about the diagnosis and what it was like when you first realized diagnosis, and you used to often cry with perhaps the ugliest cry face ever. And
It was bad.
now I
It was
want to
bad, bro. It
progress. We
was
talked
bad. It
about
was
when
a
you
lot.
had the first incident that was like, I really got this thing. So now you're in the early stages of living with MS.
Mhm.
What was the what was
Mm.
something that you did normally prior to MS that in the initial stages of the diagnosis it hit you as you were trying to do something normal, like, yo, I can't do this anymore, or this is going to be a task?
It was the gym for sure. I mean, like when I had MS for a few, maybe a year or two, and I had it, and I was going to the gym trying to stay, up or strong or whatever. And I was on the elliptical trainer, and it was like I'm missing my left leg is just missing a step, kind of. And there was times like in the beginning where I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. And the next day I'll come
Hold
back
on,
and
stop. Was that the form that you were doing the elliptical trainer with?
and then it was like I would miss
Oh my
my left
god.
leg would just miss, and I'm just like at that point I'm just getting demoralized over it because I'm like, bro, I can't do this stuff anymore like I used to. And I'm thinking any moment I'm just gonna pop out of it and just start, gaining strength and doing
Yeah.
it more. But no, it got worse over time.
So the gym was the first, like, yeah, because we've been in the gym for years.
It's always been in my life, thank
Yeah.
God. But now I work out at home, so that's
Mm.
you know
So it was a gym
that
in the
that's
elliptical. What's that? You touched on the experience, but I want to go back to it. So in the first few months, I mean, were you feeling this right away, or was it a progressive thing, like a few months, a few days, a few weeks, a few years?
it was progressive. It seemed like the progression. I don't want to say it came fast, but it was like it did come fast in the sense that, like yesterday, I was feeling a lot stronger than today. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, am I going to get that strength back? It's like I could try, but it just normally hasn't came back
Hmm.
with strength and endurance.
Have you added anything new into your life since the diagnosis to kind of replace or compensate, or kind of, I don't want to say compensate, that's a bad word, but just to, fill, yeah, to take the place of?
Well, I do push-ups, and believe it or not, it's something I can do. I enjoy doing push-ups and pull-ups. Um, it makes me feel kind of whole that I'm doing that, like to the degree that I do it, and I just want to, you know, over time, like I feel like I'm going to get stronger, and as long as I'm consistent at what I do,
How important is it for you
yeah,
to stay active?
very important because if you don't, because I saw this one Joker, he was on online, and he had his arm was like shaking, and I'm like, I know my left arm is weaker than my right. You probably couldn't see it just like this, but this
Well,
left
first of all,
hand
that's
was
your hand. That's not your arm.
well, I'm just saying my hand is
Yo, my feet are like mad more difficult than my arm, than like what you're used to. My feet are crazy. That's what you just did. You showed your
this is
hand
my
and you're
hand.
talking about your arm.
This is my hand. I'm talking about my hand.
But you said my left arm.
I can't pick up like if this was like on table or something, I
Mm.
couldn't pick it up with my left hand. It was just I just can't pick things up with my left hand like that.
So you feel so it affects your grip, specifically your left hand.
Yeah, my motor skills of my left hand is kind of messed up. And like when I'm trying to pick up small little things like that,
So you don't
it,
do so. What do you like? I said, what exactly, or not what exactly, but what things do you do now, or not even now? When you first started losing the gym, and obviously you weren't able to work, what were you doing then to kind of occupy that time, occupy that space in your life?
like I said, it was push-ups. And at first, when I was living in North Carolina with my mom, rest in peace,
Mm.
um, I was doing a lot of stuff. Like I was really skinny. I was doing those push-ups, dumbbells, and things like that just to stay up. You know what I mean? Like to keep some kind of strength
Yeah.
in my arms. And like eventually, if I'm working out that hard and just keeping at it consistently, I feel like my back is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. But you know, it's strong to the point that where it is right now. You know what I'm saying?
So you got
It's
the
so
first year of your diagnosis. What was year one? Not what it was like, but in year one, were there people that you stopped hanging around or people you stopped interacting with because they just couldn't handle the diagnosis in the first
well,
year?
it wasn't so much they couldn't handle it. It's just like I didn't really want to f with anybody for a while. Like I was just like, bro, I'm hemmed up. It's like, what am I going to do with you or whatever? You know, I'm hemmed up, and I'm like, I'm just trying to heal naturally or with them in my thoughts and trying to like lock that down.
Mm. Yeah, it's tough, man. That first year when you were diagnosed, I didn't see a. But you were in Carolina. I don't think I saw you then. I don't think I saw you
Uh,
the whole time you were in Carolina. I don't remember.
no, you didn't see me. I was in North Carolina. You know, yeah.
I think when I saw you, you came to Jersey to visit, and I was living in Jersey, and that was when you had the walker. You had first got the
Oh yeah, we was in the Hampton Inn.
yeah. That was the last time I saw your mother. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah. But see, even with the walker, I mean, I could like,
Yeah, you
you
can
know,
still move.
it's I could still move, but it's like it's painful and it's not really stable.
Mhm. And so now we fast forward. What's what's it like to have a social life with MS? You mentioned the gym. You know, you used to go out. Obviously, you were a heavy smoker, still are, but you also were a drinker.
Yeah.
You also were
And
a drinker.
smoker, cigarettes, Black and Miles. I was doing
Black
all
and
of that.
Miles. I mean, forgot about the Black and Miles. Oh
I
my
forgot to
God,
mention that.
the Black and
Yeah,
Miles.
trying
Man.
to forget it.
Yeah, I think sometimes I'll think about um I'll think
That was
about
so
like
fun.
going out and what we used to do when we went out. Cause I was talking to somebody and she was like, yeah, we were talking about food or something. I was like, nah, it's too late for me. And she was like, it's too late for to eat. And it was like 8 o'clock. I said, yeah, it's I'm going to bed. And I said, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm gonna go home and go to bed. And it made me think that that has nothing to do with our age. We never really ran the streets. Like we ran the streets, but never ran the streets. Like we went
We
out.
never, but the thing was, I don't think we was ever in the substances like that. Like we
Yeah.
wasn't doing no drinking like that. I mean, we drunk that Caston,
Casting
that Caston Creek.
cream. I
Yeah,
forgot
we
about the
had that Caston
Erkin
Creek,
casting
but
cream.
that wasn't. It wasn't all the time though. It was like once we go to Del State or whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
we found ways to go out without being stupid. Like,
Yeah, right.
we can go hang out
Yeah,
at
for
the
real.
7-Eleven at a gas station. Like I live in a
Right, right.
like you live in you're in Arizona and you're not in a small town in Arizona, but you're not like Phoenix or Scottsdale. You know what I mean?
Right.
and I'm in the valley of California, like the true valley. When they say valley girl, like I'm in the valley. And I see people hanging out at like the gas station or the
Yeah,
subway.
yeah,
And I think, man, your life sucks. Like life sucks. We had NY, we had Philly.
yeah.
We would go visit colleges and go see people that were in the
No,
college.
no. Your thing was to drive around in Camden. And that was like you would
Don't
do that
need to indict.
on your own. You have by myself missions, and the next thing you know, I could go deeper, but I ain't
Oh
just
boy,
gonna
I
say
was
that.
known to disappear for a day or two. I'll take those stories to the grave. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. But yeah, we never really hung
Wow.
out like that. But when we did, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
we didn't hang out, but our hangouts were just our
It
time.
was very wholesome. It was very wholesome.
Yeah, it was wholesome to an extent. It was
To
wholesome
an
to
extent,
an
yeah.
extent. But we played the
To an
street.
extent, yeah.
Yeah, we would go to South Street.
Yeah.
We did free
Yeah.
things, and we played the let out. That was what we did. And you would smoke
Uh,
your black and
well,
wilds, and I would just chill.
we definitely went to the Freaknik though. The Freaknik was the truth. We was at the Penn relays. That
Yes,
was the
every
that
year
was the truth.
we
Yeah.
went to every black Greek pick Virginia Beach. Remember Virginia Beach?
Virginia Beach. Whoo.
Yeah, we did all of that, and now you
I
feel
ain't
like
saying nothing.
yeah, moving along. Now, when you think about
Yeah.
that, and you talk to people, especially people in their 20s and in their 30s, and you're like, oh, we
Yeah.
go out. And you're like, well, what do you do when you go out? And I go, we go to the club. Why went to the club? Like, we would have the same fun out in the parking lot that we would have in the club. But yeah, it's I
What
would say
club was it? What club was it? The one Vegas Nights?
nah. We did
That was on Delaware Avenue.
we Delaware whatever was on Delaware Avenue. You had
Yeah.
Club Egypt, something with a
Man,
B.
I'm so old I can't remember.
No, it's not old, man. You just push it
Oh
out of your
man.
memory. Like, what are you holding on to that for?
That was fun though. Going to that Vegas Nights, I remember that was fun.
I would say going to
That
Del
was fun.
State, especially the times when people who went to Del State didn't know we were there. Those were the best times. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave that
Del,
there. Those
Del,
are the best times in Del
Del
State.
State was definitely shout out to Del State.
Shout out to Del State and all
Right
its
on.
students.
Yeah. All
But back
the
to you,
alums.
man. So yeah, what's your social life like? Not now,
To
but
be honest,
the first few years. What's
socially,
your social
it's
life?
like it's isolating, bro. It's just like you don't really get out the crib a whole lot. You're not. I mean, there was a time where I could drive, but I didn't like to drive because I was like scared, like what was going to happen. And for me, going out, there's an element of paranoia. I get super paranoid when I start thinking of HBs, and I'm like, oh, y'all too erratic,
Healthy
y'all
bodies for
drinking.
those of you that are just tuning into this being your first episode. HBs are healthy bodies. Go ahead.
Get used to me
Proceed.
saying HBs because I'll be out there erratic, y'all drinking and smoking all them drugs, and I don't know what's going to happen. So I'll be thinking that even though it's just fine, normally things going on, but I got really paranoid for a while, and I still am paranoid on going out to do certain things. But for the
Is that
most
because
part,
of the disability, or is that just a natural paranoia that you live with?
I think it may be natural. I don't think it's because I have MS. I think it's just because I'm weakened by MS, and I see healthy bodies just moving along with their life super easily, and that's just not me. I'm like, man, what if these jokers, flip on me, and it's going to be like I'm in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I just hate to think that way, but at the end of the day, it's fine.
I can't imagine what's that. Can't imagine that experience, man. It's got to be because simple things like going to Target for you, and just in
Yeah.
the first years, we haven't gotten to where you are now. Just in the first years, learning to live with MS.
Right, right, right.
How has your diet
Well,
changed?
it's hard to say because it progressively gets a little bit worse and a little bit
Yeah,
worse. So it's like you're kind of re evaluating as you go on how I'm feeling about my condition. Definitely sucks. It's not cool. It sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm still relatively fine over just the MS portion.
How's your diet changed? How did your diet change in the beginning, I should say? Or did it
Again,
change?
no, not really.
Really?
I got out there and I packed on a lot of weight to the point where, like, when COVID, when went through COVID, I was just all
Yeah,
over the
but even
place.
before, like take me through how your diet changed in that first 2 years of your diagnosis, first year or two of your diagnosis.
Um, I don't want to say that it got any kind of different dramatically because when I'm on something, I feel like I'll go dramatic on something. And at first, I was like, oh, I need to straighten up my diet and I need to eat mother effing beets and all kind of weird stuff. And then I was just like,
Mother
give
effing
me some, give me some Taco Bell or some.
Ugh, Taco Hell? You did always like Taco Hell.
And
Ugh.
it's right next to the crib, so it's like a
No
no-brainer for
excuse.
me.
No excuse. Crack could be right next to the crib. No excuse to use it. No reason. Taco
And
Hell is the only restaurant in this city that I live in that's never crowded. It's never crowded. I tried Taco Hell.
well,
Ooh, makes my
what
stomach
can
hurt.
I say? What can I say? It's right by the crib, and I'm like, give me some Taco Bell, man. Give me a burrito or
So you didn't.
nachos, cheese.
You tried the
And
cheese.
it's like
Go ahead.
I know that diet is a big portion, a big component
Mm.
of my health, and trying to, live with MS. You know what I'm saying? And I feel to this day I haven't got it fully right. I'm partially right on it, and I'm live with the guiltiness of like my Damon. You have a serious condition. You need to take the eating portion of it more serious. And it's like you do, I do, but then again, it's like it's very hard for me. It's just been hard. Certain things.
What made you put the Black and Miles down?
Cold turkey, baby. Cold
Because
turkey.
you did used to
Yeah.
smoke them like crazy. Now I think about it, I forgot all about that. You were the only person I know that smoked Black and Miles too. Only person. I think there was a girl I know
Well, uh,
that smoked, and I didn't know her for long because nothing screams loving like a woman smoking.
bro, I to this day I say to myself, how could I do it for so long? Black and
Man,
mild cigarettes,
you did it for. Gee, you did it like
maybe
almost.
like 10 piece, a 10 piece, maybe not 10 piece, maybe a 5 piece.
Remember, I'm thinking now, like, yeah, you sure the
I
hell.
like, yeah, let's go, those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chairman.
I'll be jamming at her. I'm like, hey, bro, hold on, let me trap that bad boy.
Oh man. You remember,
Really?
yo, you actually did something that may have saved my life indirectly. So
Really?
you used to work out, you used to go to Gold's Gym, and you
Hold on. Let me say this. Remember Damon Capriseco, his mom passed away. So shout out to him and rest in peace to his mom. So all right, go ahead.
okay, rest in peace to Mrs. Capriseco.
I
Was
know when you said that because she saved Corey was about to get rolled out by like some cats from like Lawnside or whatever. Like they had like 10 cats out there. She drives back over there and she's blowing the horn. She's like, Corey, like screaming. And that's the I remember her back in the day for Voorhees Vikings, but rest in peace to that lady. She was cool.
she? I never met her, but very
She
seems very
was
cool. Seems very
she
cool.
definitely saved that. She definitely saved that man that day. That man was about to get smoked
Corey
or
no longer lives in the country, right?
no, he lives in Hawaii. If you
Hawaii is part
consider
of
that
America. That's right. But yeah, it was one of the many reasons Corey has left and never corresponded with anybody since.
he's like, I'm out of Jersey.
Corey didn't just leave Jersey. He left all major states at the time. When Hawaii became part of America, Corey was
Well,
like,
Corey, brother Corey was out here for a while before he moved to Hawaii.
yeah, Corey, that I haven't spoken to or seen Corey in a long, long
I
time.
know. I just had a picture up on Corey. Like I found a picture of when he
Yeah.
came back to Arizona for a little bit. You know what I'm
So
saying?
when you were working out, you had lost, like you had really bulked up, like you were like, "Urgh." And I was not even low key hating. I was jealous. I was like, yo, I wanna have a big chest and the big arms too. But you were at Gold's Gym, and I went into Gold's Gym, and I just
Well,
couldn't
bro, go
go ahead,
ahead.
say.
I was just getting so busy because my life was like I'll go to work and then I come after.
Yeah, and you
And
go
my
to the gym,
boy I wanted to work with, he got busy, so we was in that gym every day.
and you started using uh, um, a supplement. You remember the supplement you were using?
I don't remember what it's called.
I forget what it was called. It was right around. It was a big
Was it
supplement.
like X something, X
It had
12 or
it
something?
had it wound up having excedrin in it, which got banned. Right.
Yeah.
It started with an H. I forget the name of it. But I went
Mm,
to GNC. This was the first time I ever started working out, and I didn't want to work out at the Gold's Gym because there was too many people there. I'm a quiet,
mm.
reserved dude. I like to keep to myself. Even in my 20s.
But
And
see, like when I went to the gym, nobody was in there. I was there early,
you would go sometimes
early.
during the day too. But yeah, when you went, it still was a little. It was Gold's Gym at that point was a little weird. The working out process. Oh, and
I
you know
felt
what it
like I
was?
was in Gold's Gym. I was like, I'm above all y'all. I go to Gold's Gym. Where are you going to? Like Bally's or something like that?
You
I'm
know what
I'm
it
gold.
was?
I'm a gold dude.
I'm gonna look up workout supplements while I tell the story. Workout supplements. So yeah, it was something with like an H. But anyway, I went to
Mhm.
because back then when we worked out, it was like 30 some dollar. It was like gym memberships were expensive. There were people who credit reports got ruined from gym memberships because they would sign a
Mm.
contract with Bally's and then they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't go anymore and they stopped paying them and Bally's would go on their credit report. So they would get like
Mm.
and so like the federal government or somebody stepped in and said, yo, if you don't extend the service, you can't say someone owes you money for 12 months and you only provided a service for 2. Like that doesn't work that way. But anyway, so
Right.
I went to the gym, I went to GNC and I wanted to get that supplement. And the lady was like, you know, you can use that. We don't sell it because it wound up having a banned substance in it, which was ephedra at
Mm.
the time. I think it was ephedra, is how you pronounce it. She said, but my boyfriend,
Ephedrine.
it
Uh-huh.
was ephedrine or ephedra. They sell it at Walmart now. It's like a watered down version of it. Well, anyway,
Wow.
so
What was up with it? Make your heart go pump
yeah,
like crazy?
that I was about to say. And the girl says to me, she said, by the way, my boyfriend is black and he has hypertension or heart problems. And that speeds your heart up and could give you a heart attack. So you
Mm.
probably don't want to mess with that. And
Bro,
at that point, I was 23, 22.
bro. I feel like I should have been dead because I was doing all kind of crazy stuff. Like I was drinking, I was drinking Mad Dog. I was drinking
Mad Dog doesn't mean
smoking
you
the.
should die. Mad Dog is a rite of passage. Everyone drinks Mad
Listen,
Dog.
listen,
First of all, Mad
listen.
Dog's the only liquor they sell on Sundays. So everyone
I
drinks it.
was I was smoking clove cigarettes. I was smoking beaties.
I know a girl that smoked beaties.
I was coughing up blood, fam.
When were you
It
coughing
was
up?
like, bro, like how did I make it through all of that?
When were you coughing up blood?
Smoking them beaties, that's what stopped me. And then it's those clove cigarettes too.
When
And
was this?
this was like when I was working at Grade A,
Grade A. I don't even remember
Great
that.
Adventure.
Oh.
You worked at Great Adventure in
Yeah, I
Jackson, New
remember
Jersey.
that. I do remember that. Oh, So
Yeah, I went up there one
smoking
time.
beanies, you were smoking cigarettes, you were taking bad workout substances,
Yeah,
Black and Miles for years. Damn, you
yeah,
had to clean up at some point. So it's kind of like this cleaned you up.
yeah, for real, for real. It definitely opened my eyes like to health and wellness and trying
So
to be
you had
healthy.
to stop all of that once you got diagnosed, or you stopped that leading up to
No,
that.
no, no. I like the clove cigarettes and the BDs, they've been stopped. I've been stopped that for
Mm.
I didn't I had like maybe one good summer with those and they were not good.
That's
And then,
insane.
over time, it kind of was like a progressive thing to lead to cigarettes and then Black and Miles, but it
Did
probably was
smoke
Black and
six
Miles
for a
first.
while. I forgot about that. You smoked six for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
jumping on you about that.
There was Newport Reds and there's
Yeah,
like,
I remember jumping on you about
New,
that. Yeah, I remember
Newports,
that.
you know,
You were wilding out with that, man. You
totally, totally,
chew some gum, my
totally.
dude. Get some juicy fruit. Like, what is with you?
How,
Get some
how could
juicy.
I do that? Cigarettes were the worstest.
What led you to
It's
that?
the damper.
What do you think led you to that? And do you think
I
this
mean, it
diagnosis is
was.
a result of all those things?
I'm sorry.
What led you to
I'm
that? And do
sorry.
you think what led you to do those things? And do you think this diagnosis is a result of all that toxic behavior?
Possibly yes. Possibly yes. Because why else will my immune system start freaking out? I mean, I'm 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 having all these chemicals coming into my body that are not good for me, that are not healthy. I'm not eating necessarily healthy, but I'm in the gym and I feel like I'm solid. And I'm dehydrated a lot of times. So it seems like
Never
I
drunk
wasn't
water.
being,
You never drank water.
I mean, I didn't drink water enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like you would get a water bottle, but you got to work. So it's not like you just drink a water all day. It's like you're working.
You gotta work. So you don't sit and drink water and go, all right, just stay there, drinking water. You drink water as you move throughout the day. But you've always, in top of all of that stuff, and we talked about this earlier today, you used to knock back the carbonated drinks like nothing. You were a 2 liter soda dude all day, every day.
That
Pepsi,
soda, give me some. Let me get some
Pepsi,
of that Mountain Dew,
Pepsi, Pepsi, you
Pepsi,
Pepsi dude.
Coca-Cola,
Yeah, I remember
root
that.
beer.
Those
Give
are
me any soda that you got, as long as it's Dr. Pepper. And now I'm like, ugh.
I don't even. All I drink is water.
Bro, I,
Dr Pepper is my
I
go-to drink when I want something like heavy, want something hard. So you
no,
did
no,
that for
no.
years, and then now you get, or not now, but at that point you get hit with, you got MS. That had you said that went through your mind, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It did. I mean, I was just like, bro, there ain't no way. I mean, I'm out here living any old kind of way, you know what I'm saying? And this is a result of making poor choices of health and wellness.
Because if it wasn't one thing over an extended amount of time, it was a litany of things over an extended amount of time.
Yeah, it was just like it was just, adding up, and then the next thing you know, bang. Plus, I mean, my nerves was effed up. I mean, I'm working as hot as F, you know what I mean? And I'm just not really getting the things I wanted out of life at that time. And not to mention, I forgot to tell you, this is during the 2008 economy crash,
Yeah.
and I lost my natural job that I was working for years, and I got demoted to detailing cars, and it's like, bro, I mean, it was just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. The supplement I was thinking about was hydroxycut.
Hydroxycut, okay, okay,
Yeah, you were taking hydroxycut.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
lady, I don't remember her name, but to this day is the reason why I only buy supplements from GNC.
hydroxycut, yep, I
And
remember.
hydroxycut was the vogue drug, and then it turned out the FDA was like, "Yo, you've got like 8 banned substances in it. You can't." And that's why GNC wouldn't sell it. And she told me, she said, "Yeah, my boyfriend's black and he's white chick," and she was like, "Yeah, he has heart problems."
Uh-huh.
And take hydroxy cut because it can give you a heart attack. So you just want to.
Mm.
She's like, you should try this. Stacker 2, bro. I was a
Mm.
Stacker 2, dude. Stacker 2 was the first supplement I ever took, and it burned everything. I was working out at the Coliseum back when gym memberships were a car note. I was paying like $35 a month, but no contract. I was good to go. The Coliseum, owned by the mob, where the Flyers used to work out. But yeah. So we're gonna end it here.
How big was I back in the day? Because
You were
I
pretty.
didn't think I was, huh?
You're pretty solid, dude. I mean, when you.
Because I remember there was guys in the gym that I wanted to be like, and they were huge.
It's like
They
that.
were.
It's like that now. But what I can tell you in the 4 minutes we have left about the gym and at the age we are now, in our 20s, we got the most out of our working out that our bodies allowed us to do. We could have added more supplements and pushed our bodies, but there was no, in my opinion, there was no reason to do that. We were all reasonably healthy. We hooped. Well, I know I hooped all day. You know what I mean? I worked out. I walked to the gym up and back like over 2 miles. I would walk 4 miles. I would do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. We got the most out of our bodies naturally. Now, even then, when we were working out, it was steroids, steroids and creatine. Now it's TRT and testosterone. Guys are injecting testosterone and stuff. They're telling you now it's good for you, but they're going to tell you in a few years it wasn't. So there's a natural progression that your body reaches, and you get the most out of it. And I believe we got the most out of it. Now, for you, obviously, you were different with the way you functioned and the way you operated than the way I was. But when we look at guys and say, yeah, I want to be like, I've never looked at anybody and say, yeah, I want to be that. Like, nah, I mean, you look at somebody and say, yeah, they got big arms. I'm trying to get big arms too. But I've never looked at another dude and be like, yeah, that's what I want to, I'm working to be like that. I want to be that big. Because I, in my heart of hearts, even though you're never satisfied, in my heart of hearts, I definitely feel like I maximize naturally what my body's capable of doing. I think I could probably push it a little more, but by pushing it a little more, I could put too much of a toll on my body. So
yeah.
I'm very happy with where we are, and I definitely won't smoke beaties, or Black and Milds, or cigarolas, or
the
cocaine.
Newport, baby. The Ports or the Marlboro Reds will get you every time.
Yeah, man,
they're not a good thing to ever
they're
mess
about
with
to
that.
ban those. They're about to ban those. You know that because of the flavor they mark. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all, but yeah, the government's trying to ban those as we speak. And
They need to. They need to get rid of all
voters.
tobacco products.
All right, that's it for this episode of Multiple Minute. For Smoke Freeze, I'm Kwame Fisher Jones. We'll check you next time. Be easy.
Peace.